Yes, now look at the names of the different varieties of cloths in the book. Amongst the pieces ordered in bulk were printed cotton cloths called chintz, corsets, or khasa, and handana. Do you know where the English term chintz come from? It is derived from the Hindi word chint, a cloth with small and colorful flowery designs. From the 1680s, there started a craze for printed Indian cotton textiles in England and Europe, mainly for their floral designs, fine textures, and relatives cheapness rich people of England, including the Queen herself, rose cloths of Indian fabric. Similarly, the word bandhan refers to any brightly colored and printed scarf for the neck or head. Originally, the term derived from the word bandhana, Hindi, for tying, and referred to a variety of brightly colored cloth produced through a method of tying and dyeing. Next, there were other cloths in the order book that were noted by their place of origin: Kashmir and Patna, Calcutta, Orissa, Sarpur, Singapore. Next, the widespread use of such words shows how popular Indian textiles had become in different part of the world. Next, notice the line that runs through the middle. Do you know why in this odhni two tie and dye silk pieces are seamed together with gold thread? Bandhan patterns were mostly produced in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Next, by the early 18th century, word by the popularity of Indian textile, wool, and silk makers in England began protesting against the import of Indian cotton textile in 1720. The British government enacted a legislation banning the use of printed cotton textile sheets in England. Interestingly, this act was known as the Calico Act. Next, at this time, textile industries had just begun to develop in England, unable to compete with Indian textiles. English producers wanted a secure market within the country by preventing the entry of Indian textiles. The first to grow under government protections was the calico printing industries. Indian designs were now imitated, the printed in England on white muslin or plain unblemished Indian cloth. Next, competition with Indian textile all lead to a surge of technological innovations in England in 1764. The spinning jenny was invented by John Kay, which increased the productivity of the traditional spindles. The innovations of the steam engines by Richard in 1786 revolutionized cotton textile. Wing cloth could not now be woven in immense quantities and cheaply too. Next, however, Indian textile continues to dominate world trade till the end of the 18th century. European trading companies, the Dutch, the French, and the English, made enormous profits out of this flourishing trade. These companies purchased cotton and silk textile in India by importing silver, but as you know, when the English East India Company gained political power in Bengal, it no longer had to import precious metal to buy Indian goods. Instead, they collected revenues from peasants and zamindars and India and used this revenue to buy Indian textile. Next, spinning jenny, a mechanic by which a single worker could operate several spindles onto which thread was spun. When the wheel was turned, all the spindles rotated. Next, activities. Why do you think that act was called up Khaliko Act? What does the name tell us about the kind of textile the act wanted to ban? Next, a sea view of the Dutch settlement in Cochin 17th century. As European trade expanded, trading settlements were established at various ports. The Dutch settlements in Cochin came up in 17th century. Notice the around the settlement stop.